I mean, you can try eating that cake. I wouldn't recommend it though because it's pretty. It just knocks over like that. You can't like grab and eat it though. You can just knock it over. Oh, I found another tie. Huh. Right. So for those who are just tuning in, this is Octodad's Deadliest Catch. This is not actually part of the run yet. I'm just doing some checks for the controllers and all that. So I think we're all good here.
Yeah, just time me in. We're good to go.
Yeah, I'll just give a brief explanation of the game because since it's a short game, I'm not going to have too much time to talk about it. So this is the whole point of the game is you're a normal dad doing normal things, trying to live a normal life, and some angry chef is just mad at you for no reason whatsoever, so he's just trying to screw things up. That's pretty much the basic premise of the game. Now this is being run on the PC version of the game. The PS4 and the other console versions of the game, they actually use newer maps. So there was a patch that came out where they changed like some of the levels. So what we do instead is we replace those levels with some older levels or older versions of the levels, which allows us to do the tricks that we normally do. It saves the new changes save. Or you lose about like 3-4 minutes if you don't use the new if you use the new versions of the maps. So we just have the old versions of the maps installed. We're ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna count down. So I'll give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is the first level here. So you're starting off, you're gonna get married. So you're not even dressed properly, so you have to go and get dressed. So this is actually the part of the game where, oh, I think I got my arm stuck, so I gotta load that up again. It is possible to get your arm stuck there. So I just gotta clear all this stuff off here. Unlock this here, and you'll find out, oh hey, wall's gonna break. Nice. So I'm not sure if you just noticed there, but Octodad can apparently fly. With the control scheme, I'm using just a regular 360 controller. There's depending on your sensitivity is how fast you move, and if you hold grab, it actually can propel you forward. So if you later on, you'll probably see a more visible example of that where I just fly up in the air. So that's gonna be all fun and games. So here I just gotta go and grab this tie. You're supposed to throw presents, but you can just kick it over. Doesn't matter. But why is there a gate block in the way? I just gotta put this tie on and I can pull the gate open. You can't actually progress without the tie here. As you see, formal attire only. It really cares about how you look. So now we're gonna go get married. Pull the ring out of over here. And that's it. That's how you get married, apparently. Nice. There's a little intro cutscene here, but you can just skip it. Coming up is probably my least favorite level of the entire game because it's just doing house chores and stuff like that, and they ain't no fun. So you gotta prepare coffee, mow the lawn, all that boring stuff. But you gotta do it fast.
Nice to see you, sleepyhead. Honey, did you read my latest?
Part of the problem with the sensitivity is that the higher the sensitivity is on your controller, it's a lot easier to like, lose grip on items. So you gotta be careful when you're, even though you have the higher sensitivity.
Now that you're energized,
Now I gotta cook some burgers.
hamburgers really made out of ham.
There we go. It is actually possible to get the burgers to stand up on their sides, which is kind of funny. It doesn't save any time or anything like that, it's just funny.
Why do you say that?
Now I gotta go pull the weeds out of the garden. Grabbing stuff in this game, it can be a little bit finicky as well. You can see I've just missed a couple of grab attempts, and sometimes I grab the completely wrong thing. But that's the nature of the game. The game is kind of meant to be frustrating in one way or another, and it's doubly so when you're trying to do things fast.
Spiral I threw the other day. It was like 50 feet or like 100. I don't want to brag.
It's all going fine and good so far here. Oh, get myself wrapped up in the mower. There we go. Now the next part is cutting the logs here with this axe. It is actually possible to place the axe on the log and have it cut it for you without doing any action whatsoever. But getting the axe to actually stay on there is pretty hard. So instead, we just grab it and do it normally.
Oh no! I hope
And here's comes the first instance of the chef. For some reason, he's trying to kill you with a lawnmower. Nobody questions this, but that's just there. So to defeat him, you just knock over these gnomes, and it kills the lawnmower.
honey.
Now we're done doing that, so now we're gonna go pick up some groceries. There's a trick here where you can actually use, you can actually put your arm through this door, which then allows you to actually go and grab this pizza instead of doing the whole pizza platformer. Because if I do this right, you can actually just clip your arm right through. There's normally a platformer that comes up here where you have to like climb through the, there we go.
I drink so much milk, I think I...
And you can also, there's also a so you have to grab. Normally there's a cutscene there, but you can actually just go over to the side and skip that cutscene entirely. Yep, and my leg is stuck. Another great thing about this game is your body can get stuck in random ways. It can be really annoying when you're trying to do it fast. Yep, I missed the orange juice or orange soda.
And toasted. Stop on by.
There we go.
Picking up
A helpful way to grab things in this game is to use, just keep your arm above the item that you want to grab and it'll magically levitate to it. It makes it easier sometimes when there's a lot of items that are grabbable, but you have to grab one specific thing.
See, when the red light's on, the speaker is off. That means it's safe for me to talk about how we get our meat from... What?
Okay, so we've grabbed all the items that we're going to need.
Jeez, what I was saying, but get
Free
away
sushi,
from...
nice.
Free sushi samples in the back.
And here we see the chef again. Turn me into sushi apparently, but I'm a human. I don't know why he wants to turn me into sushi.
We here at Gervison's promote family values by offering great values to great families.
There we
I skipped the cutscene there by just reloading that checkpoint there.
is that it. Please scan an item.
Okay, and now I gotta check out.
Destroy. Hear that? Amazor action figures are back in stock by popular demand.
That's what's out here. There we go. And that's it, the groceries. Now here's gonna be a fun trick coming up. You're gonna actually see Octodad fly for real this time. So normally you're supposed to actually put the ticket inside the ticket booth and actually like go through the turnstile and all that stuff, but if you do it right, you can actually just start flying. Let's see if I can get that set up for this. Oh, this might not look good. Oh, there we go. So what happens there is that when he grabs the ticket, it just launches you in a random direction, but you can control it by depending on how you're positioned. And that skips the entire part of actually having to go to this part. Now here's another fun skip where I fly yet again. I just go up the slide. Normally this level takes like 3 minutes or so, but if I just go up the slide all the way, up to the top, this is the end, that's pretty much just being the entire level right then and there. Because the entire point of that level is to try and get to that point by doing the various games and activities, but we don't have to do that.
Welcome to the
Now we go into the deep sea.
What wonders await you in the darkness?
Up until recently, you had to actually have the little girl, your daughter Stacy, follow you across the entire level. You basically have to guide her through this deep sea because it's all scary and stuff. But they've recently patched it so that you don't have to actually have Stacy with you at all. Which means instead of doing this little dancing part here and getting the light, there's actually an invisible wall over here where I can just go ahead and fly. It's going to be a bit hard to see, but that's the nature of things here because it's the deep dark sea after all.
I bet you don't.
So I fly over there, skip that whole dancing section, which is fun, but it's slow, so we don't do it. Skip the scientist. Normally, you'd have to wait for Stacy to distract the scientist, but since you don't have Stacy with you, it doesn't matter. And now you gotta turn all these lights back on. Normally you'd also have Stacy here with the shake light to go and like actually help you see what you're doing. But since you bypass Stacy altogether, you have no light at all whatsoever. So I've got all those lights plugged in. Now there's apparently this big scary monster here that I gotta go and shine the lights on to make Stacy feel better even though she's not even here.
Witness the amazingly cuddly snugglefish.
You'll probably see part of it's actually a really nice cuddly fish. Cuddlefish, I think that's what they said. And now we just go and leave the level.
Thank you for visiting the deep ocean.
Now this one's actually, this next upcoming level is actually my second least favorite level, the Amazon Arcade. You have to complete 7 arcade games to get the toys to give to your wife, which I forget her name at this point. Scarlet, that's the name.
Game, huh? Bring it.
Now what I just did there is I just triggered a mini game called Air Hockey Mat.
Can we talk?
Oh, he beat me. But if I beat him, that saves me a little bit of time, so I don't have to do one of the other games.
You know, she thinks
It's probably one of the harder games there. And I'm a cheater, so I just instead of actually trying to throw the baskets in there, I just like put my arms through there, the hoop with the basketball.
well,
Since I didn't get Air Hockey Mat, I'll have to pump it up
you
here.
brush them off like they're nothing. Like when your foot got caught in the ceiling fan, or when we ran out of printer ink and you just made more. And I keep buying these brushes and then finding them in the trash. I thought the aquarium was... There was that time you were fixing the sink and the disposal came on, but you wouldn't go to the hospital, yet somehow your arm looks good as new. Are you ever going to explain that? I don't get it. You love the ocean, but you seem to hate the
I'll knock over all
aquarium.
these pieces of wood pieces, I guess. Oh, I have to actually have it go in the water. Oh, one of them fell outside. I have to go throw that in. There we go.
I wonder what our lives will
Now we
be
play
like.
Whack-A-Mole, or in this case, Whack-A-Mole.
Maybe we'll finally have time to travel.
I'm getting a bad pattern here.
Aren't these in danger?
There we go.
They will be when I'm through with
And I'm also cheating this game as well. I just go in here and grab
That brain
the
game is rigged.
toy from there. It just allows you to do that.
Remember when we were
If you cheat in enough games, people start getting mad in here, but it doesn't actually affect anything.
I've always wondered what you
They just say, hey, you're cheating, stop cheating. But I'm not going to stop cheating because cheaters always win.
usually so talkative, but when we're talking about us, you clam up.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no, a
Dang,
leak.
it's
I gotta go
full
unplug
of
the leak.
My hands are full. Why don't you try to fix that instead?
Oh no, the leak got bigger.
Here, use these.
Oh no, more leaks. I gotta go plug with all these toys. Good thing I got all those toys, otherwise I wouldn't be able to plug these leaks.
We're gonna drown. Drown!
And there we go.
Well,
Leaks
I
are all
wasted
plugged,
enough
and let's
time.
go.
I've got work to do. When you feel like having a real discussion, bye.
Now it's time to fly once more. Normally you're supposed to go up the steps to go and meet Scarlet, but instead I'm just gonna fly up this wall and just fly over. So we got enough height there. Ah, missed it. Just gotta do it again. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go try for some swag strat here. It might not work, but yeah. Okay, so it's possible to jump off the very beginning and then you can actually be underwater. But at the same time, if I mess up here, I have to start at the very beginning of the level. This doesn't really save any time. It's just kind of like a neat thing to go for. Come on, get myself up there. There we go. Okay, gotta turn on this boat.
We're moving again. Freeze for time, whichever stone clear the plan.
The captain.
I should probably explain this portion of the game. So this portion of the game is a flashback of sorts. After you, oh, come on. Nah, I didn't get the cutscene skip there. But at this point, it's a flashback of when you meet Scarlet for the first time. I guess you got something happened with the with Octodad. He got thrown into the tank, and you got this flashback. Now here you're trying to. I don't know what you're trying to do here, but you're just basically just swimming around for no reason whatsoever because you're in the tank, right? What are you supposed to do? Just swim? So there's a, it is possible to get a one cycle pattern here. It's just pretty much a button masher. But getting to one cycle here is pretty difficult. You have to have like perfect timing on everything. You're just swimming, swimming. I'll stop here for a sec. Okay. All right. Ah, I didn't get that speed boost. Yeah, I didn't get the one cycle. Oh, ah, I thought I had that there. That's not so bad. The whole point at the end of this, though, is you're trying to escape this pool and save your family, because apparently the chef has taken your family hostage for some reason or another. Since we skip all the storyline, you just find him randomly sitting in a cafeteria for some reason, just tied up and bound, and for whatever reason. He seems pretty sadistic, really, but probably misunderstood. Okay. Here's another fun trick. You're going out of bounds yet again. If you do specific movements here, you're able actually to clip yourself out of bounds. Let's see if I got it. No. Okay, I gotta do it again. There we go. Okay. So the whole point of this is so you skip a big portion of the level, so you just clip through. It is possible to actually skip this upcoming cutscene if you go far enough, but I took it a bit safe there, so I didn't bother going and skipping that cutscene. I should also mention this is being run on easy mode, because so all these scientists would catch me and it would ruin the send me back to the beginning. But if you're running on easy mode, they don't care at all. They just let you run and do whatever. And here we are into the final level of the game. So now you gotta try and save your family. I'm doing a skip here, which allows me to bypass the whole running section. And then I'm doing yet another skip, where if I stand in this position, things start flying, and there we go, I barely got it. But the chef starts running faster, which then possibly allows the items to get knocked up and hit the platform on the other end, which you're supposed to get, to let Stacy run across. Now what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to have Scarlet throw these on for me. So far it has been working out, but I also have to be careful because the chef is going to throw stuff at me as well. There we go. All right, time's coming up.
This thing is gonna blow.
Run like a pony, Dad!
And time.
1609.
It's not so bad. So yeah, this game has been through a lot since the game got released. I think when this first started out, it was about 20 some odd minutes. But with all the stuff that we found for it, the current world record is 14:30, I believe. In-game time, I believe, was 13 minutes and 28 seconds or something like that. But it's a pretty fast game, as you just saw there. There is also an additional category where you play through, there's extra levels that you have here where you play through these two levels. These search were a lot longer levels. They're actually like full-on stories. But yeah, I think that's about it here.
Alright, cool. We're gonna transition.
Okay.
What can I do for you, you incredibly handsome person? Oh, thank you.